resting on my knee, warm and tender as he can be.
Eliza Doolittle has a dream, and all she needs to do to achieve it is to acquire a new accent.
I want to be a lady in a flower shop instead of standing at the corner of Tottenham Court Road. But they won't take me unless I can talk more genteel.
Henry Higgins is a professor of phonetics. He believes that people can escape their social class by just speaking properly.
Why can't the English teach their children how to speak? This verbal class distinction, by now, should be antique. If you spoke as she does, sir, instead of the way you do, why, you might be selling flowers too.
Therefore, Colonel Pickering makes a bet.
What about your boast that you could pass her off as a duchess at the embassy ball, eh? I'll say you're the greatest teacher alive if you can make that good. I'll bet you all the expenses of the experiment that you can't do it. You know, it's almost irresistible.
This is a chance for Higgins to demonstrate his skills as a teacher and to prove his theory. So Higgins accepts Eliza as a student, and we witness his approach to teaching and learning. He begins by making sure she understands her status.
She's so deliciously low, so horribly dirty. Yes, you squashed cabbage leaf. You disgrace to the noble architecture of these columns.
In fact, his ideas about students are much like his ideas about women.
Why is thinking something women never do? But why is logic never even tried? They're nothing but exasperating, irritating, vacillating, calculating, agitating, maddening, and infuriating.
Ew, what's that you say?
However, by passing on his own store of wisdom, Higgins can transform these creatures into worthwhile humans.
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
If you're good and do whatever you're told, you should sleep in a proper bedroom, have lots to eat, and money to buy chocolates and take rides in taxis. But if you are naughty and idle, you shall sleep in the back kitchen amongst the black beetles and be walloped by Mrs. Pierce with a broomstick.
A-E-R-O-U. That's what I've been saying for 3 days, and I won't say 'em no more.
I know it's difficult, Miss Doolittle, but try to understand.
There's no use explaining, Pickering. As a military man, you ought to know that. Drilling is what she needs. Now, you leave her alone, or she'll be turning to you for sympathy.
Higgins' strategy is drilling Eliza while keeping her under his control with threats and incentives.
You'll say your vowels correctly before this day is out, or there'll be no lunch, no dinner, and no chocolates. Sit down! Now take her away, Mrs. Pierce, and if she gives you any trouble, wallop her.
Does it occur to you, Higgins, the girl has some feelings?
Oh, no, I don't think so. No feelings you need worry about.
And it proves effective. After a rough start,
And what I say is, them as pinched it, done her in.
Eliza demonstrates that she can hide her working class origins perfectly.
Your Excellency,
Miss Doolittle.
how do you do? Charming, quite charming.
Higgins celebrates his victory.
So it was nothing. Really nothing.
All alone you hurdle every obstacle in sight?
Now wait. Give credit where it's due. A lot of the glory goes to you.
Congratulations, Professor Higgins, for your glorious victory.
To Eliza, this seems cruel. He doesn't give her any credit for what seems like the product of her own hard work.
What's the matter? Is anything wrong?
No, nothing wrong with you. I won your bet for you, haven't I? That's enough for you. I don't matter, I suppose.
You impudent hussy. There's not an idea in your head or a word in your mouth that I haven't put there.
Higgins knows that the teacher is an artist. The student is a lump of putty, held in place with threats and incentives, then worked on until the desired shape is created. He can't credit Eliza with success because the success was achieved through his own skill. He even created her motivation and effort with his stern discipline.
I swallowed one.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I got plenty more. Open your mouth. One.
But he may be mistaken in believing that his drilling, threats and incentives were sufficient for successful learning. He is forgetting how Eliza made her first serious progress.
I know your headaches. I know you're tired. But think what you're trying to accomplish. The majesty and grandeur of the English language is the greatest possession we have. And that's what you've set yourself out to conquer, Eliza. And conquer it you will.
This is the only time Higgins treats Eliza with real respect, and it leads to an immediate breakthrough.
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
And there is one other aspect of Eliza's education that Higgins is forgetting.
I should never have known how ladies and gentlemen behave if it hadn't been for Colonel Pickering. He always showed me that he felt and thought about me as if I was something better than a common flower girl. Apart from the things one can pick up, the difference between a lady and a flower girl is not how she behaves, but how she is treated. I shall always be a flower girl to Professor Higgins because he always treats me as a flower girl and always will. But I know I shall always be a lady to Colonel Pickering because he always treats me as a lady and always will.
Damn my own folly for having lavished my hard-earned knowledge and the treasure of my regard and intimacy on a heartless guttersnipe.
Higgins believed that drilling, threats and incentives sufficed for an education. However, it seems a moment of respectful collaboration was a powerful and necessary motivator for Eliza, and that constant social interaction with positive feedback helped her to develop her new way of behaving. What might you have done differently if you were teaching Eliza? Would a more humane, understanding relationship have helped her to learn?
Very gentle man.
Or are threats and incentives sometimes the only way to keep a student on track in their learning?
I'll wring your neck.
Ring away, what do I care? I knew you'd strike me one day.
What do you think are the benefits of a My Fair Lady education? And if I slip back into this accent, the one I use when I'm not recording these videos, can you tell the difference?